Welcome new friends and old friends to Gimme 5. I'm Rev Leigh Anne Armstrong, and if you'll give me 5 minutes, I'll do my best to give you a spiritual deep breath to begin the week with. Today's lesson is from the second part of Acts 16. By this part of Acts, Paul and various companions had become traveling evangelists, spreading the good news of Jesus from town to town and getting into their share of trouble along the way. This narrative finds them in Philippi, dragged in front of the judges because a healing act had ruined a lucrative fortune-telling business in town. The fellas ended up stripped, beat, and tossed into jail in leg irons. Note to self, beware of messing with the local business as usual around town. Now, this is a good time to offer a quote to ponder from St. Francis of Assisi way back in the 13th century. He said something like, "Preach the gospel at all times. Use words when necessary." Let's listen to Acts 16. Pick up the narrative. About midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the prisoners were listening to them. Suddenly, there was an earthquake so violent that the foundations of the prison were shaken, and immediately all the doors were opened, and everyone's chains were unfastened. When the jailer woke up and saw the prison doors wide open, he drew his sword and was about to kill himself, since he supposed that the prisoners had escaped. But Paul shouted in a loud voice, "Do not harm yourself, for we are all here." The jailer called for lights, and rushing in, he fell down trembling before Paul and Silas. Then he brought them outside and said, "Sirs, what must I do to be saved?" Preach the gospel at all times. Use words when necessary, indeed. In the verses that follow, we do hear Paul sharing the good news with words, and the jailer and his household are baptized. But before any of that, before a word of gospel message has been preached out loud, that jailer heard the gospel preached in the bodies of Paul and Silas. Before a word was spoken, the jailer heard the good news. We are all here. We are all here. Before ever finding out what he must do to be saved, the jailer saw, acted out in the post-earthquake rubble of broken chains and open doors, of easy flight to freedom for his prisoners, and a death warrant for him as their keeper. He saw acted out in their offering up of their chance at freedom for his chance at life. The gospel preached without a word. Do not harm yourself, for we are all here. Wonderful words of life for a jailer whose very life depended upon producing the body. Habeas corpus, upon demand. Friends, how is it that your body talks? When do you preach the gospel without a word spoken? What good news does your life speak into the world long before you open your mouth? Someone out there is listening to everything you say when you don't say a word. Beloved, as you go, and go you will, know this: you preach some message with your life every day, before you ever open your mouth to preach a sermon. Let it be good, good news. Amen.